365 Self-Therapy, April 4th. So we spoke about saying no. This is saying no part 2. Let me recap. It's important to say no because most of the time when we were saying yes all the time, like yes men, we were giving something that we didn't have to give. We were giving something because in our saying yes, we thought somehow that we would get the same fulfillment back in return. But once you learn how to say no, and say no and say no and say no, say no until you don't know how to say yes anymore. You have to go from one extreme to the next, from always saying yes to learning how to say no. And in you saying no, that is going to build up your self-worth, your self-confidence, self-esteem, because you no longer are giving what you don't have anymore. You're filling up your emptiness that you used to look outside of yourself and expect from others to fill up. You're filling up yourself. You're filling up your own cup now. And once you fill up your own cup, now you're able to give back, right? And so once you've learned how to say no, and finally you've come to the place where, you know what? Maybe I can start saying yes now. That is where negotiation comes in, where the balance of saying no and saying yes finds a beautiful place of negotiation, where you can say yes, but under these terms, under the terms that you are not putting yourself last, under the terms that you are not giving what you don't have, whether it's time or energy, both of which are very invaluable. So learn how to say no first, then you come to the balance of learning how to combine the two, yes and no, and you can find a happy medium, a happy place. Because before, when you were giving what you don't have and you keep saying yes, that's where resentment comes in, because you're giving what you don't have to give. I was on the bathroom line the other day. There was just one person in front of me, and I had asked her, are there people in both of these bathrooms? And she said yes, and she was doing a dance just like me. So finally somebody came out and she was like, "You can go ahead." And I said, "Oh my gosh, she doesn't know how to say no." So I said, "No, you go ahead." She was like, "Okay, well, I'll hurry up and get out." And even in her, taking her place, her rightful place, she still was trying to please me. See, we were people pleasers when we didn't know how to say no. Now we learn how to please ourselves first. And it's not about a selfishness where you don't care about everybody else. It's a selfishness where you only give what you have to give. And you have to be able to know the difference. Feel yourself out. Think about your time. Think about your energy level. Think about your excellence. Will you be able to deliver all of those and not feel regretful, not feel any type of bitterness after doing so? So once you find your happy medium of saying no and combining saying yes together, because you've already built up that self-worth, that is where the bliss begins.